That gang, them grew up in piling. Couple of groupies to fit with. I know vibing, I know tired, and you niggas getting hot, and you niggas smiling. Your kindness, scooter, your kindness, scooter, some new when I'm driving. Turning off the roof, no chillin'. Got a skyline view when I'm riding, skyline view when I'm riding.
Gang, what's poppin', man? Top of the day, gang. Top of the day to everybody out there, man. Hit that like button right away. And y'all already know I have to pop off today, man. I have to pop because it's so many files that's being released, right? And these files that's being released, gang, they are over the top. When I say over the top, they are over the top. I'm talking about pulling your head off over the top. And a lot of people, they want to look into these files. They want to break them down. They want to know what was really taking place, what was going on. You feel me? And I'm sort of like them. So I'm like, damn, what was really behind these parties? What was really behind these time traveling files, these mutant files that everybody was talking about? You feel me? And to understand them a little better, gang, you feel me? I'm listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson speak about how we've been warned, and I want y'all to, people, take a look at it with me, gang. We gotta dive into it.
Well, many cynical people have pointed out that the imminent release of the UFO files is a very convenient distraction for a president who's fighting many fires. With some justification, the same people are concerned that given recent precedent, the UFO files might end up looking something like this.
Wow.
But all politics aside, the prospect is tantalizing.
That was a lot of redaction right there. Y'all know they do that with them CIA files. A lot of times they redact them. I'm talking about to the extreme. For what? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out too. Like, why the fuck what y'all hiding? What y'all redacting?
We could be about to see real evidence of aerial phenomena, which even the brightest minds in government have been unable to explain. And it's not only about flying saucers and little green men. The US Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke earlier this year about UFOs performing implausible maneuvers above sensitive government sites. We're talking about rapid acceleration, extreme speeds, transmedium travel, things which defy the laws of physics.
Rapid acceleration, extreme speed, transmedium travels. Gang, now that's different. You know what I'm saying? That hit different. That's a different ball game when a motherfucker get to talking about rapid speeds, and that's totally different. That ain't something everybody used to on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? When that shit get to taking place and they get to talking about shit like that, black people, we look scared as hell. We don't know what to do. Now, some of the rich motherfuckers, they already prepared for this shit. They've been hearing about this for years. People done told them about this for years. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. We probably the only culture that's behind. We probably been talking about it. We ain't got no power though. You know what I'm saying? Really put that word to mouth and prove nothing. And I think that's what's taking place right now. Like fuck it, we finna release these files. And of course everybody mad at him, but man, let this man do whatever he here to do. Let him take care of whatever job he here to take care. And everybody just gotta, you know what I'm saying, bear witness to what take place. I think that's what we in right now.
We know that all of this conjures excitable talk about both a serious threat to national security and a vast new frontier for science. They come at a time when space is firmly back in our hearts and minds. Man and a woman is about to return to the moon. Elon Musk is talking about building AI data centers in space, and that's before he colonizes Mars. Jeff Bezos has a plan to move toxic pollutants into space, and no, it's nothing to do with Katy Perry. The question is, are we truly entering a new era of unprecedented discovery and exploration, or are we all getting a bit carried away? Well, I can't think of anyone better to talk to about this.
We entering a new era, gang. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This shit's some new shit. A lot of this shit right here, like I said, a lot of people don't believe shit till they see it, right? And a lot of this shit they talking about that's in these files, gang, this shit has been sealed since JFK died. You understand what I'm saying? That's some of the shit he died for. He was ready to run his mouth. He was gonna whistle blow. And if y'all paid attention, there's been a lot of whistleblowers lately, gang. A lot of them. I'm talking about back to back. They've been coming out. They've been speaking about the shit they learned, and they've been speaking about what them people got them working on, how much money they paying them. You feel me? Stephen Greer, he been popping that shit. He been telling y'all, look, years and years, him and his wife, they done worked, they done facilitated, they done grouped and had group meetings and created apps and shit so the public can understand. And at the end of the day, I think that's what it's about. I think it's about the people out here understand. Because if they ain't letting us understand shit, gang, that mean they hiding it from us. And we don't want to fuck with nobody like that, man. By the way, that's why they trying to shut their bitch ass down like, in them ASAP. Y'all see how he stepping in? He like, get rid of it. Prove this, show this, put the files out. We're going to bust this down. We're going to show that motherfucker. And once this happens, I'm the last president that's getting voted for. You hear me? Outside of everything else, though, I don't know what's going to take place after that. Like I said, I'm just as curious as y'all. Now, if we listen to Elon Musk, he said, shit, be optimistic about your future. Be optimistic. Because what Tesla doing is they finna create something so crazy. They finna create better healthcare for everybody. That's way better than the president's. They finna create it to where ain't no motherfucking jobs gonna be needed out here. The money is gonna be out here. It's gonna be plentiful. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think y'all gotta just accept the whole integration of the AI shit. A lot of people be scared, like, look, it's gonna wipe us out. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. Well, dumb motherfucker, if you pay attention and you know how to use AI, that shit gonna help you learn. It's gonna help you actually grow. It's gonna take you to the next level. The motherfucker gonna teach you a whole bunch of things you ain't never knew, you ain't never heard of. Why you think Elon Musk putting so much money behind it? Why you think motherfuckers driving them Teslas like that? You understand what I'm saying? Because that shit is top notch, state of the art technology. It's top notch, state of the art technology nobody fucking with right now. And that's what's selling. That's what the future going into. So, but to go alienistic, now I heard it's gonna be a fake. That's what I heard. I heard they gonna fake this shit. I heard it's gonna be a fake alien invasion. I done heard it all over the YouTube media, social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You got all these conspiracy theories, people, and I can't say they conspiracies because at the end of the day, some of this shit has taken place. It's just that they keep that shit so blocked from the public. And these motherfuckers is letting that shit be known now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a topsy-turvy type of thing, gang. It's a topsy-turvy type of thing. Like, we only gotta live to see it. A lot of shit taking place right now. From the shit that took place in Minnesota, the war that we finna get into, people getting sick from the little chemicals and shit that's floating down in the air, from the little sicknesses they throwing out there. You feel me? So y'all gotta pay attention, man. Just pay attention.
To answer the big questions with some big answers than the astrophysicist and author of the impeccably timed forthcoming book, Take Me to Your Leader, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil, great to have you back on Uncensored.
Yeah, Piers, it's always good to chat with you.
That's one smart nigga right there, gang.
So look, let's just cut to the quick. Do aliens exist? Have you ever seen one? Do you think we're going to be shown evidence of them?
Well, he got right to the business. He said, let's just cut to the chase. Do aliens exist? Have you ever seen one? Do you think we finna see one? And you feel me? Like I said, this is a smart man. This man, if he don't do nothing at all, he studied outer space. He studied astrology. He studied all that shit. That's what he went to college for. That's what he do. And when he speak with, so much professional confidence and knowledge, and with what he talking about, because he actually doing a study of what he talking about. So now, when we start paying attention to how him and a few other scientists and a few other neuroscientists sat in the room and they breaking down the universe and they breaking down everything about the universe and the world, you start understanding like, damn, it's way more out there than what we think it is. It's way more out there than what we believe. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta take the time to pay attention, gang. Like I said, we so lost down here, we so stuck, we distracted, gang. These motherfuckers trying to let you know something. Now, when these files get to coming out, everybody gonna get undistracted. They gonna start paying attention on that one thing. Aliens is real. Oh yeah, this is popping. This is finna pop off. And at the end of the day, that's when y'all gonna see all the distractions stop, all the bullshit gonna stop. Everybody gonna try to work together. You feel me? If you notice, the moment something take place, like, drama, trauma, natural disaster, the humans tend to work together. Everybody tend to set aside all their differences, all the beef they had, and they want to work together. They want to work together to survive. So to me, that's crazy, gang. Like, and I think that's what's taking place here. Like, they know what's popping, man. It's deeper than what we know. Like I said, I always said that it's deeper than what we know, but a lot of people, they'll put the pinpoint right on something like, look, it's this. Nigga, this shit go way deeper than that. It's millionaires and billionaires involved in this shit. So you got to understand what's taking place.
Let's separate that question into two parts. One of them is, might there be extraterrestrial life elsewhere in the universe? And if you run the numbers, how old is the universe? What are the ingredients of life as we know it? Turns out those ingredients are the most common chemically active ingredients in the universe. And the universe is old, it's vast, Our galaxy has several 100 billion stars, and there may be as many as 1 trillion galaxies. And life got underway on Earth almost as quickly as it possibly could have, within about 100 million years. So more than 90% of Earth's time, 90% of Earth's existence, it has had life. So you just add all that up and you say, no one who's done the math is in denial of there being some kind of alien life somewhere, or perhaps everywhere, in the universe. That's a different question from asking, have intelligent aliens come and visited us here on Earth?
He said, so basically, if you do the math, if you add that shit up, you feel me? If you do the math like a mathologist, like a geometrist, and if anybody do the math, any scientist, they will know goddamn well that long as Earth been around and Earth had life on it, not humans, just Earth, and it's had 90% of life, you better believe it's extraterrestrial life form out there somewhere in the universe, if not here already. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he basically said. So a lot of these motherfuckers already knew this though. It's not new information, man. It's not new information. Y'all already it's just that a lot of people weren't ready for this shit to take place like it is. You feel me? They weren't ready for this shit to be released. JFK tried to have it released a long time ago. Then everybody wouldn't be so nervous now. You feel me? Like if that shit would have came out then, I think everybody would have been cool, gang. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Right. So what's the answer? Do you think they have?
He laughed when he asked, do you think they have seen them? Have they been down here? He laughed. He must not come.
You got to earn the answer, okay? So it comes down to, let's back up just a moment. There was a day before we understood much about the physical universe, and it was very easy to ascribe nature and the goings on in nature to God or gods. So a storm would whip up in the ocean, and that was Poseidon wreaking havoc on your town. Maybe somebody did something bad. The lightning bolt would strike. Well, that was Zeus. So there often things we didn't understand, the power of a deity was ascribed to it. And philosophers would call that the god of the gaps. And it persists even to this day in many people's thinking. Like if you get ill and you did something wrong, then you have a guilt complex and God is punishing you. Okay, it's God of the gaps because you don't know why you're sick or you don't know how you got sick. All right. Today, what I find is many people see things they don't understand. A light in the sky that moves in a way they can't predict or.
He said the light in the sky that moves. That's crazy because, dog, last night I'm out there, we barbecuing and shit, and the kids looking up in the sky. So for the guy, it's something up there moving. We all looking. Look, it's blinking. It's right there. I'm talking about that's exactly what that nigga said, gang. I gotta run that back. He said people.
Right. Today, what I find is many people see things they don't understand. A light in the sky that moves in a way they can't.
Light in the sky that moves. Many people see things that they don't understand. And like I said, a lot of times that's what's taking place, gang, out here. A lot of times we seeing shit that can't be explained, and y'all to think I'm motherfucking going crazy. Like, what? So now you got these people in the government explaining this shit to y'all. Like, look, man, we've been hiding, we've been lying to y'all the whole time, man. This shit is real. Fuck you talking about? We spent billions of dollars.
Or foresee. And they credit aliens. So for me, crediting things we don't understand to aliens is the continuation of the God of the gaps. But alien of the gaps doesn't have a resonance to it. So in my book, I just introduced a new term, aliens of our ignorance. So there's something you don't quite understand, aliens
of our ignorance.
There it is. And it becomes a very convenient.
Because we keep titling something we ain't seen how in the hell is we titling it. We might as well call it alien of our ignorance. And that's because everybody ignorant of what they think they see or what they, you know what I'm saying? And basically everybody naming it or giving it a character creation based off the books, based off the stories they heard, based off all this bullshit. But at the end of the day, it could be some extraterrestrials. We don't know if they aliens or not, because shit, nigga, they say we aliens. We ain't from America, right? So at the end of the day, like, man, it's the words, it's word not
way to account for mysteries. And in science, we love mysteries. We live on the frontier, on the boundary between what is known and unknown in the universe. So if at every time we had an unknown, we said aliens, we wouldn't have gotten anywhere in our research programs.
Right. So it's a very, very sophisticated, highly intelligent, incredibly well-informed response without actually.
You said if every time we have a phenomenon, we say alien, we would never got nowhere in life. Scientists would never got nowhere. You feel me? Philosophers, a lot of people, you know, that's in our local positions, that's in our neighborhood positions, you know, like the minorities, the small time motherfuckers, the small fries, they will continuously, yes, yeah, aliens. Y'all don't know what else we dealing with out there, gang. This world is vast. The universe is vaster, it's bigger. You feel me? Y'all don't know what's all out there. You know, for a long time, humans thought it was just humans. Until shit started busting motherfuckers' heads up, like, wait, what? Wait, it's a different what? Wait, I ain't never seen that. Wait, what type of animal is that? What species? And like I said, the more you study, the more you start seeing. But for those of us that don't study, we don't see shit. And then when it pop out, we be scared to say, what the hell? Listen, gang, they've been talking about this shit forever. You understand what I'm saying? They've been talking about it so long that motherfuckers probably do believe this fake, but they ain't never seen it. They've been talking about, like they've been talking about Illuminati until y'all seen the Jeffrey Epstein files. And you see the groups, they eating the babies and shit like that. Y'all see the emails come out. You see the president talking about it. Then you see his name in there, so come on, man. So at the end of the day, you know, like, do y'all believe it now? Or do y'all not believe it? Do you really believe it or not? We're gonna keep on, we're gonna let these boys bust it down, because these the real professionals in this shit. You feel me? We ain't. These are real professionals.
Answering the question. So my more direct question, Neil deGrasse Tyson, is, have you seen anything yourself in your entire life where you thought, that to me looks like evidence of extraterrestrial stroke genuine alien life?
Good question.
It's a great question. And I've been looking up to the night sky since I was 9 years old. By the time I was 11, if you asked me that annoying question that adults always ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was astrophysicist. So looking up that long, that frequently, for so much of my life, you end up seeing things that you've never seen before. And then you look it up and you find out, oh, there's a weather phenomenon. It's lightning. It's the clouds. It's a different kind of cloud. And so you become highly fluent in all the things that might otherwise trick someone without that background into thinking it's extraterrestrial. There's a case where, for example, the planet Venus, which is white cloud shrouded, very near, it's the nearest planet to Earth. So it's bright, not only because it's near, but because it's white, reflects sunlight, and it's near the sun.
See, he popping the facts, gang. He popping that shit. The shit he's saying is nothing but truth, because at the end of the day, like he said, a lot of times we'll go out there, we thinking we seeing something like, damn, wait, hold up. You know what I'm saying? And I have the understanding, like he said, sometimes you'll see a cloud, you're looking at the cloud like, damn, why it look like that? Why is it shaped like that? The whole time you don't understand, that's probably a four-dimensional, you feel me, creature you seeing, a four-dimensional interdimensional being that you seeing, gang. You gotta understand the difference in some of y'all thoughts. So that's why he said, like, a lot of times the titles that we give it, oh, that's alien, you don't know what that is. That could be another entity. It can be whatever it is that they know it is, gang. And that's why I said I'm glad the files coming out. They gotta let us know something, because a lot of shit don't be seeming right. You can tell, you can peep it from the missing people, from the kids getting missing. I'm talking about from everything. You can tell, man. Then you got all these motherfuckers coming out with these different stories. Like, look, I done ran into this, something to kidnap me, something to attack my home, something done landed on my house. Like that fucking alien story with the people in California. Next thing you know, we ain't hear nothing about them no more, y'all. We ain't hear nothing about them no more. Nothing. That was, you asked me, that was the craziest shit ever. You feel me? Let's keep going, though.
On each side, in the morning or in the evening, if you ever hear of the evening star or the morning star, they're referring to Venus. So there was a time when there was a police car that was tracking a UFO, calling it in. And they were saying the UFO is darting left and right, and we're tracking it.
It was a minute ago where a police car was tracking a UFO, calling it in. You feel me? He chasing this motherfucker down. He like, how long, y'all? It's the UFO. I'm chasing them on it right now. I wonder where it was at. Probably in California somewhere, because out there in the valley, they usually have the most sightings of them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be having a lot of sightings. Nevada, they have a lot of. Mexico, they have a lot of sightings. You understand what I'm saying? So for a person to chase that motherfucker, that's something different. I heard Miley Cyrus say something like this. She had a story. She said she was with her friend. They was riding down the highway and she seen a UFO come over her car and made them swerve off the highway. That's what it got. Look that shit up. But it's crazy that like all these people come out with these stories and don't nobody believe them until y'all see the files.
Okay, and it turns out they were tracking Venus on a road that itself was curving, and they were not conscious of the fact that they were the one swerving. They were thinking the UFO, Venus to them, because it's UFO to them, they don't know what they were looking at.
Wow, you see what I'm saying? He said the whole time they didn't even know what they was chasing. It was Venus. They thought it was a UFO because the way the distance is, you know, from Earth and Venus, they thought it was a UFO, literally up there in the sky. So they trying to chase this motherfucker and not knowing, they telling everybody, look, it's swerving, it's swerving. These the police officers. It's swerving. Whole time y'all driving down the road that's swerving. You ain't chasing nothing but the reflection off another planet. You feel me? So I understand what he's saying. Like, don't ever get it twisted what you're seeing. That's why, you know, you gotta always take precaution and stay calm and make sure you are observative of what you're looking at and what you know what I'm saying? It's been so many videos floating around YouTube, TikTok about people video recording this little metal looking thing like it's a alien, and then one time it's floating through the air and shit. Now I don't know about all that. You know, I don't know how real that is. You know, one day I'm gonna have to pop that up for y'all. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of shit real out there, and I think a lot of shit, you know, could be hoaxed. You know, they reverse engineer shit. Yeah, America reverse engineer shit all the time, gang. So we got to make sure we paying attention too, because America cold. Our scientists cold up. You know, and that's the scary part. Epstein talking about mutants and shit, all in his files. He talking about making half humans, half monsters. In his emails, gang, like, come on. He talking about time traveling and shit. He talking about, like, that nigga was rich, he had money.
That's what it was doing. So there these reports of things people see where if you knew better, you would be able to explain it, and then you wouldn't call the police department.
Right.
That still leaves behind.
But my thing is this: if they knew better, if they knew exactly what it was, still would it not scare them and not make them call the police? You know, see, that's another question. Would it not scare them and make them not call the police? I want to know that, because honestly, it's a lot of people out here that'll be like, hell no, I ain't gonna be scared. They act like they the toughest motherfuckers in the world, but at the end of the day, god damn well they gonna be scared of that motherfucker. If that big ass UFO come out the sky, boy, you ain't gonna be scared. Bitch, you ain't gonna be scared. Stop playing. You know, half of y'all gonna motherfucking pants, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Half of y'all are shit y'all genius.
Cases that are not explained by natural causes or known phenomena. So it could be phenomena yet to be discovered. A frontier. I'm good with that. A new sky phenomenon. Let's investigate it. Let's get more data. Go for it. But just because you don't know what it is, and it's doing things that are mysterious to you, and you use the U for unidentified flying object, or as you know, the United States rebranded that as UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. They're kidding. They're talking about the same thing, of course. So you rebrand it, but you can't look at something that's anomalous, say you don't know what it is, and then declare that you know what it is. That doesn't.
I understand what he's saying, but like, you know, this the point. This what I get at right here. Like, a lot of times the shit that these people see, they weren't able to tell you what the hell it is, for one, because shit, the people who know what it is ain't giving out the names. They tell them, motherfucker, look, act like you ain't seen nothing. We're gonna pay you. You ain't never seen nothing. Don't ever speak of this again in your life. And a lot of times that shit was taking place. A lot of people that seen these things, that was having these encounters and shit, gang, they was told to shut the fuck up. You feel me? They was told to shut the fuck up because there's other people still doing they studies, their investigations, quote unquote. But you know, I feel like this. I feel like shit, if they would have alerted us, like I told y'all before, when JFK was around, when he was trying to alert a motherfucker, then yeah, people would know what it is. People would know exactly what they are seeing. Then you can look in the sky like, hell yeah, I know what that is. We was well aware of that. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But when you keep a motherfucker in the closet, you don't let a motherfucker know nothing, gang, then what the fuck you expect us to call it? No disrespect to Neil Tyson DeGrasse, but you know, he got a point. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta respect that point too, because a lot of people didn't know. You know, a lot of them didn't. So
comport. You just say, I don't know what it is. Let's investigate it further, which I'm all for.
A lot of the speculation, I guess, in the last 100 years was fueled by Roswell in the 50s, by this fabled Area 51 of the US Air Force facility in southern Nevada and so on. I presume, I mean, I imagine you've either been there or know people who have. You've looked at all this. What is the truth about Roswell Area 51?
I'm not.
That they got the goddamn, they got them goddamn remote viewers. They got remote viewers, yeah. They got remote viewers over there. Area 51. It has been told, it has been whistleblown. Many people that have worked there said it. You know, it's so much taking place over there that is scary. You get near there, you feel me? You might not make it back. They'll take your ass and then don't nobody ever, hear you again. It's a lot of people that done step foot over there that might have seen something, they done caught it on camera and, they get followed. Literally, y'all better look this shit up before them videos get to disappear. Like the California video I'm telling y'all about. And another thing, what happened with the mall shit? Y'all remember that scene where everybody was talking about it was a alien invasion at the mall up there in Florida, and everybody was scared, and they showed this video, and the mall was smoking. Like, come on, gang. It's too many hoax, man. It's too many hoax. Y'all need to let us know y'all doing that shit, America. We know what's up. We ain't crazy. We know what's up, gang. I mean, just keep that shit real. Y'all got this much money, y'all doing remote viewing, y'all doing telepathy, y'all doing gateway projects, y'all doing everything. So motherfuckers know what's up. We know, how y'all coming. It's just that as we prepared on the outside for what y'all doing. Hell no. That's why people dying how they dying. That's why people getting sick. That's why people looking how they look. That's why they feeling how they feeling. Headaches every day. You hear me? The CERN projects. Y'all doing shit, putting shit in food. Y'all poisoning people, killing people, gang. You understand what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these people out here whistleblowing for a reason. They want y'all to know that. They tired of being part of that shit. They is.
All rise to comment for I'm just kidding.
You're pleading the extraterrestrial fifth.
So
you're pleading the extraterrestrial fifth. These niggas crack jokes about these aliens.
Just to back up for a moment. So what I explore in Take Me to Your Leader is all the ways aliens might visit us, could visit us, may have visited us, and just unpack what might be alien science, alien technology, even alien powers they might wield that we don't biologically. And so you can approach that question with this kind of guardrails on the conclusions you might jump to. And the guardrails, because the laws of physics, as we experience them here on Earth, it turns out apply across the universe and across time. It's not an assumption, it's a measurement.
I get what he's saying. I totally get that, but I want to know something. If the guardrails, like the laws of physics, apply across Earth, the universe, and the timeline, where did gravity go when we leave Earth? That's a guardrail. Gravity is a guardrail, or is that only a guardrail for Earth? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people right now today, they saying that they believe, the gravity it could be a creative force. It could be a creative force. And the only reason they say that because all forces of nature, if we speak in the laws of physics, all forces supposed to, like he said, go from Earth, universe, and across the timeline. But gravity stops at it stops at a moment. You get so far out of space, gang, you ain't really in gravity no more. You floating, and that's some scary shit. So I understand what he's saying, but now somebody got to bust that down for me, because listen to the Maverick Brothers. Shout out to the Maverick Brothers. They podcast, they got some shit on there, man. They be dropping a lot of knowledge and gems and jewels, but they like, wait, gravity stops when you get out of space. So is that a creative force or what? You understand what I'm saying? Because if the laws of physics supposed to carry on from Earth all the way outer space, all the way across the universe and across the timeline, then where do that stop at? And what other forces pick up after that? You understand what I'm saying? I need to know that. I really do. Hopefully he'll be able to explain
that we have made. So we get to constrain what's going on here. And so now getting more directly to your question, I've been to Roswell, never been to Area 51. I can say that if the government is so let's assume the government is stockpiling aliens. Let's ask a whole other set of questions. Let's just do this. You ready? Come with me on this. If they're doing that, let's say at Area 51 or anywhere, no one is leaking that information?
Of course they ain't gonna leak that information near the grass. Come on, man. All these whistleblowers out here, you think they finna let another motherfucker leak the information? They'd rather you be a whistleblower so they can charge your ass. They'll give you an espionage charge on the simple fact you leaking information about the government. That's why Eric Snowden ain't bring his ass back. When he took the information, you feel me? When Obama was in the office and he turned that shit over to Russia. He wasn't finna what? They like, hold up, player. You know what I'm saying? He ain't come back. He didn't. And I think that if anybody leak it right now today, if anybody leak what's taking place right now today, they get killed. Their family gonna get told, look, they died in the what they call it? They died in action of duty or whatever. Like, gang, this shit is all staged, my nigga. They run the shit. They run that shit. They get money for it. The military running behind them, the FBI and the CIA, and so on and so forth. So to try to get over on them, my nigga, you gotta be one. Actually, you gotta be a connected motherfucker because you ain't getting over on them. I ain't gonna lie to you. You ain't finna get over on them. You gotta be good connected. You gotta have some people in there, and if your people in there, it's over. You hear me? It's over. If your people in there, it's over. They'll wipe them out. Like, what? Hold on, yo. Oh, yeah, he the whistleblower? All right, say less. Tomorrow at 1400 hours, we're gonna, you feel me? They ain't gonna see your ass again. You gotta recognize that. So if anybody leak any information right now today, if it ain't no whistleblower, and he tell them, look, I'm finna go be a rat. Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do to me anyway. It is what it is. Then stop it, man. They gonna die. I think he knows.
So many people who are sure that the U.S. government is a big, bloated, inefficient bureaucracy.
They do know that.
Simultaneously will declare that it's masterminding a major cover-up when thousands of people are in on it and keeping a secret. And all I could think of is Benjamin Franklin's edict from his almanac, where he said, back in the early 1800s, he wrote, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. So this is just
I understand what he's saying, but check this though. Yeah, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead, but a group of people can keep a secret too if it's blackmail on them. A group of people can keep a secret too if it's blackmail on them. You seen what Epstein did? That nigga got blackmail on everybody. He made everybody shut their mouth. Look, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna show motherfuckers this. Look, check this out. So I'm gonna need your check. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need that. That's what they doing. That's what they doing in the government, gang. This shit ain't rocket science. You ain't got the whistleblowers out there telling for nothing, gang. They're not gonna be out here whistleblowing, getting them for no reason. After they done work with y'all for 10 to 15 years, telling how much money y'all done paid for them, how much, you feel me? Programs that they done created for y'all to hypnotize humans and do all type of crazy shit like that. And shit crazy. But to believe that it's not happening and to listen to what he said, oh yeah, if it was really going on, it'd be more people out here that'd be telling, man, listen, they get their motherfucking tongues cut out, nigga. The cartel killing niggas for lesser than that. The cartel killing niggas for less than that. Y'all see what the Mexican cartel doing to the Mexican mayor? Boy, stop playing. So if you gonna tell a secret that's deep as aliens and you know the USA is creating these UFOs to reverse engineer them and fly them around to create alien hoaxes, then you gotta be stupid, gang. Not you, Neil Tyson deGrasse. I think he gotta be fucking trolling because he too smart. He too smart. He dealt with these people. He worked with these people. This nigga got a fucking degree in this shit. So I know he know exactly what's taking place. And then look at his face. The news reporter, he know what's up. Both of these niggas know what's up. Like, gang, stop playing. Y'all know what's finna take place.
One understanding of human nature. And by the way, the kinds of secrets they're talking about are the tasty secrets, the really juicy secrets.
Yeah,
the government, of course, keeps secrets that no one even cares about, right? So there's the ones that you really care about. And how about the janitor that could have just slipped an iPhone photo of the alien and then immediately posted it? Yes, the janitor.
About the janitor that could have slipped the iPhone photo of the alien. Listen, let me stop him right there, gang. I had to, because at the end of the day, you think these let a janitor in that bitch with a motherfucking phone and take a picture of an alien that they done caught. Now that nigga trolling. He's saying some shit we all know that ain't real. Nigga, you know damn well they not finna let you do none of that bitch ass shit. Your ass will get hung. The Army don't play with you like that. The CIA don't. The FBI don't. Nigga, they'll hang you. They'll hang you. So I think I know he trolling. And that's why sometimes we do gotta watch these type of people, because and I ain't just saying him himself, but people of that caliber who will try to throw us off like that. Like, do y'all really believe this? Hell yeah. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Y'all make too many movies about this shit for it to not be true. Y'all done seen somebody got a big ass imagination to keep making alien movies and dinosaurs and monsters that we never seen. Then who thinking about this shit? And if they thinking about it, where they get it from?
Lose his job the next day, but it would be the most famous, richest janitor there ever was, because that would go viral. Faster than cat videos go viral. So we can ask the question, because every one of us has a smartphone on our hip capable of high resolution photos and.
He said everybody got a smartphone on their hip, so everybody should have caught an alien picture. Listen, my boy. Listen, you ain't catching no goddamn alien UFO nor no picture of the alien flying that fucking 3,000 Mach speed. He flying that Mach speed. How the fuck you finna catch him on the iPhone? Nigga, when them UFOs take off, nigga, the trees don't even move. It was a whistleblower who came out about that. Y'all gotta go check the files. Go check the files, man. Go check the WikiLeaks files. It was a whistleblower came out about that. He said, nigga, what they seen was fucking devastating, and they quit. Actually, they didn't have to quit, because the sergeant told them, look, hey, walk them two niggas back to the base. They done. They are done. They're out of here. We getting rid of them because we know they're gonna run their mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So for us not to have to kill them, get rid of them, and tell them niggas if they ever speak, we had a motherfucking family by their necks. Simple as that. That's a threat. That's a threat. They can do that. They got the right to do that. You signed your life over to the Army, my nigga. They can threaten you there. Boy, stop playing. Uncle Sam don't play that. When you operating with the government gang, it ain't shit you can do out there. Even if y'all working on a project or a program, y'all can't release that shit. They had your motherfucking head for real, literally. And then have your little clothes, send them back to your family and tell them you died in service. You died in training. We see it all the time. We seen a few moms who came out and filed lawsuits against the Army because they found out that their kids wasn't killed in training, that their kids was actually murdered. Because, hey, their kid had a friend up there in the Army also who seen it all and was told to shut the fuck up, but we'll do the same to you. You understand what I'm saying? So this shit get deep. When these people in the hospital, they get deep. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, he trolling. The shit he's saying trolling, gang. He is. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's smart, but he trolling.
Videos, high resolution. And we upload 4 or 5 billion photos a day to the internet, plus 1 million hours of video a day to the internet. None of them have detailed images of aliens.
None of them
so
have
either the
images of aliens, but the CIA, but the redacted photos, but the hidden photos that y'all got. You right. You right. Nobody upload. If we upload millions of videos a day and photos, and none of them have alien photos, Neil deGrasse, well, then you know where they at? They've been took off the internet by the real IT specialists, the motherfuckers who code the internet, the motherfuckers who make the websites. You don't think they working for the government? Come on, gang. You see, they got people like that that'll talk to you goofy like you so stupid. Like, well, then why we ain't seeing it? Fool ass nigga, because y'all pay for it to get hid. They, of course. Nigga, this top-notch shit they paying billions of dollars for. You think you finna see this? We just paid $1 million for this shit to whatever we got. You think we finna let your bum puny ass see it? No, not at all, my nigga. You gonna keep wishing the dream. You gonna keep looking in the sky talking about, oh, that's an alien. The whole time is us. You hear me? If I got billions, what you think I'm gonna do? What you think Elon doing? Elon, he making plenty shit. He already know, nigga, they finna go do something on Mars. Y'all tweaking. Y'all tweeting they can go become on Mars. They already got on the moon. But Trump been said this. He been said it when he sent the army out of space. Like what? I ain't going out of space. I remember when the news said, hey, they paying motherfuckers to go out there and stay out of space for a year. Bitch, you got me fucked up. After 8 months, your bones start detoxifying. Your bones start detoxing. You feel me? Your bone density get weaker because you out there with no gravity. Already when you out of space, you stretch an inch taller, gang, you out there with no gravity. So if you stay out there that long, imagine what's taking place with you. Like them people who was just up there, Trump, like, nah, leave them up there. Elon, like, shit, I said, hey, I got the shit to bring them back down. Let me go get them. Like, nah, they good. Let me go handle this war over here. Like, come on, gang. Let me go handle the war. Oh, man. But Neil deGrasse, like I said, they pay niggas like him. They know this shit already. This shit ain't new.
They're only coming to Earth to visit our military installations and the U.S. government, or they're not really here. I mean, maybe they just care about our military. That's possible.
I don't think they care about the military. I think the military is using some frequency to trick them here. That's what I believe. I ain't gonna lie. And no way in hell these motherfuckers keep flying down here. You hear me talking about? He just said maybe they coming to visit the military. You think the aliens that fucking friendly? They want to come see the military, the same people who killing them and reverse engineering their shit. You think they ain't would have been came down here and visit us already? Neil, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know that goddamn well they ain't out there visiting no goddamn military, nigga. You know what they doing? They getting fucking tracked down here. Them motherfuckers play a frequency that the motherfuckers can hear and that they're attracted to. The same way they talking about Sovigio frequencies. These people play frequencies these motherfuckers can hear. You feel me? The same way they sent that fucking music out of space. Talking about we sent our records, our the humans, our biology, our DNA strand. Why in the fuck you sending all this shit to people you don't? If y'all don't believe aliens exist, why in the fuck is they sending all this shit out of space trying to contact me? Bitch, you sent the DNA strand. You sent videos of America. Look, the songs they sent Martin Luther King on this shit like that. You think the motherfuckers out of space gonna care about that shit? Y'all the one killed them. You think they gonna? Come on, gang. Make this shit make sense.
I suppose. But if we were under alien invasion, it seems to me that would get crowdsourced because everybody would take pictures of it. And you wouldn't need hearing. No one would have to swear they're telling the truth because you just bring forth the alien.
Well, there are two things.
He said it'll get crowdsourced. If we was under an alien invasion, it'll get crowdsourced. Well, nigga, the rumor is being crowdsourced. The rumor is being spread about a crowd. Something that y'all put out there about the alien invasion. Well, nobody even know about that shit. If somebody with, you know, some governmental power or governmental entry level skills or, you feel me, enablement, didn't release that information to one of their buddies and they passed it along and that shit spread like a plague around the world, just like the sickness do. You know, so I'm like, wait, what? Nigga, that shit is crowdfunded. The rumor crowdfunded. And the more we keep saying it and believing in it, sooner or later, y'all gonna make that shit take place. Y'all gonna make it real. Because y'all already like shit, they already believe in anyway. Everybody across the world already think this shit flying in the air. Let's make it happen. All right, Bob, you got it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, gang, come on, we gotta pay attention. If they telling us, and I don't know if Trump trying to show these files just because he in the Epstein's file. You know, somebody said that too. They like, maybe he trying to expose the aliens because his name got brought up. Well, then why was JFK trying to expose the aliens, but he got killed? Y'all make that shit make sense.
Things I would say to that, which are, I think, interesting. So Marco Rubio and others implied in the Age of Disclosure documentary that some information is hidden from even the President of the United States, which I suspect may be true. But then we had the extraordinary situation of President Obama, who was president for 8 years, just casually asked at the end of an interview last week with Brian Tyler Cohen about whether aliens are real. And he says this.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them. And
Did you hear what Obama said? That nigga said, he said, is aliens real? He said, they're real, but I haven't seen them. That's President Obama. Listen to this nigga, gang. Hold on. We got to take that shit back. Listen to what the nigga said, gang. Y'all listen to what this nigga said.
Well, there are two things I would say to that, which are, I think, interesting. So Marco Rubio and others implied in the Age of Disclosure documentary that some information is hidden from even the President of the United States, which I suspect may be true.
And they got some information hidden from the president. Boy, they working. Boy, when I say the devil working in the government, that's what he doing. He working in that motherfucker. Y'all got some of the information redacted from him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. A lot of times, you know, I already know that this is what's taking place. George W. Bush dad. Go to the Clintons. We can go all over the board of the presidency. We can just keep going. We can keep going. But at the end of the day, when you start seeing this shit and you see how much is redacted, you see how much is held back, you see how much is, you start wondering like, damn. And that's how you feel like I said, I feel like the world play games like that game, not just the big people. It done leaked all the way to the smaller people, to the small fries, us in the hood. Even us in the hood play games with each other like that. The big people, they just play this shit on a bigger level. They got more money. So they can move bigger pawns. They can move bigger chess pieces. Get your ass all the way out the way. You actually get you and your family out the way. Fuck you talking about. You know? But like I said, I think it's more than what we think. I think it's more than what we know out here. I think a lot of people, they've been ready to whistle blow. A lot of people, they've been ready to tell. Like, hey, look, they got me. They paid me this to do this. They paid me this to create this, right? We ate babies. We did this. I was drinking blood. I was on a boat. Like that one dude who was telling up an email, he said, I was on a boat doing. Come on, man. You know, and it made me think this too, like, damn. So if Epstein was partying like this, Diddy had to been partying like this, and this is sort of where Diddy got it from. Because Jay-Z was on the island with them. Jay-Z on the island with them. Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and R. Kelly used to kick it together, gang. Come on, gang. They was kicking it together tough. Man, a lot of y'all think, damn, Kells went to jail by himself. No, that nigga was just the bait. He was just the bait. That's all they did. Everybody around him, that was coming forward, they paid attention. Like, damn, they knew the feds was moving in. They like, oh shit, here come the feds. They got Kells already. He finna go. He already was on the news popping, man. No, y'all gonna arrest me by myself? What? Y'all, not me. It wasn't just me. It wasn't. But he couldn't say nothing. Because you already knew, like, nigga, you say too much, nigga, we killing everybody in your motherfucking family, boy. We killing everybody in your motherfucking family. You speak too soon, you speak too much. Why you think Diddy ain't say nothing? He shut it the fuck up. They paid him out that case. You know, so to not believe in aliens, but to believe in anything else, gang, y'all got to be dumb. You know, you got to be dumb. You got to be one dumb motherfucker. For real. And for him, whatever he's saying, you got to be a fool to follow what he's saying. You got to be crazy to not believe, like, oh yeah, they follow. Nigga, they been out here. They been doing anything on Earth. Simple as that. You know? At the end of the day, though, man, it's a crazy, crazy world we live in. Keep your head up in 2026, man. Make sure you stay grinding. Stay productive, you know, chase your fucking dreams. Stay optimistic about your future too. You feel me? Don't let today get you down about the future. Don't let yesterday get you down about tomorrow. You hear me? Tomorrow is a whole new day, my nigga. It ain't the same as today. What you woke up with today, you ain't waking up like that tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna wake up whole new year. Or you're gonna fall for everything. You understand me, man? I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all take care, stay safe, stay out the way.
Man, you bitch niggas better ante up or elevate. I need 6-figure money, won't hella bucks and hella cake. Fuck boy, I been on dummy, shooting hella ops, make them a day. If not him, then kill his mama, make him feel his wrath in the hell away. Hydro shock bullets out, through his chest, watch as they swim away. I don't stop shooting till you die, and your last breath, and then I skid away. This a hollow tip.